He didn't know that one mistake would destroy everything. Maya had always trusted him completely, giving her heart fully, believing that love alone could sustain a lifetime. For years, they had built a life together, sharing dreams, laughter, and hopes for the future. She had imagined a world where their love could weather any storm, where happiness was simple and lasting. But lately, subtle cracks began appearing, ones she couldn't ignore. He had become distant. Calls went unanswered. When he spoke, his words seemed forced, lacking the warmth she had always cherished. Laughter no longer flowed easily between them, and shared plans were brushed off with vague excuses. Maya tried to tell herself that it was nothing, that she was imagining things. Perhaps he was stressed at work. Perhaps she was overthinking. But deep down, a voice whispered that something was wrong. Small signs began to accumulate. His phone would buzz incessantly, and he would immediately silence it when she entered the room. He stopped sharing details about his day, and even casual questions about his work were met with short, evasive responses. He began coming home later, claiming extra work or meetings, though the truth was increasingly opaque. And every time she tried to reach him emotionally, he seemed just out of her grasp. Maya's mind twisted with uncertainty. Was she imagining it? Had she done something wrong? She started questioning herself, wondering if her feelings of unease were a reflection of her own insecurities. But then came many surprises that she couldn't explain away. One evening, she noticed a bright lipstick on the counter, vivid, unfamiliar, and not hers. Her hands shook as she picked it up. Whose was it? The pit in her stomach tightened. She tried to tell herself it was nothing, yet every tiny anomaly heightened her anxiety. The days that followed were heavy with tension. She discovered an extra key left casually on the counter, its origin unknown. A pattern began emerging. Small objects, minor discrepancies, subtle shifts in behavior. His laughter carried a strange undertone. Smiles she had once found reassuring now felt hollow. Every unanswered call, every unexplained disappearance, every hidden glance tightened the knot in her chest. Was it really nothing? Or was everything she believed in crumbling silently around her? Maya's mind twisted with uncertainty. Was she imagining it? Had she done something wrong? She started questioning herself, wondering if her feelings of unease were a reflection of her own insecurities. But then came many surprises that she couldn't explain away. One evening, she noticed a bright lipstick on the counter, vivid, unfamiliar, and not hers. Her hands shook as she picked it up. Whose was it? The pit in her stomach tightened. She tried to tell herself it was nothing, yet every tiny anomaly heightened her anxiety. The suspense built relentlessly. She noticed him slip quietly into a small apartment one night, a place she didn't know existed. Her heart pounded. She followed him in secret, seeing his interactions, the subtle intimacy with someone else, though she could not yet see the full picture. Each day brought a mixture of hope and dread, as she tried to rationalize the impossible. Could it just be friendship? Could she be overreacting? Every moment stretched her anxiety taut, leaving her emotionally raw. Finally, she decided she could not endure the uncertainty any longer. She confronted the situation head-on, searching his personal space with trembling hands. Her fingers brushed against a drawer, and as she opened it, shock ripped through her. Inside were messages, photos, and notes, evidence of a secret affair with someone else. Her world fractured. Every memory, every shared moment, every dream they had built together was tainted. The betrayal cut deeper than anything she had imagined, leaving her gasping, broken, and devastated. The initial days after the revelation were unbearable. Maya moved through her own life like a ghost, overwhelmed by grief, rage, and disbelief. The home that had once been her sanctuary now felt cold and alien. Sleep remained elusive. Even the simplest tasks felt impossible. She replayed moments in her mind, dissecting his words, his actions, wondering where she had failed, questioning her worth, and doubting whether love could ever be trusted again. Yet amid the darkness, a small voice whispered, "You are stronger than this. You are not over yet. You can rebuild." At first, she resisted, feeling weak and incapable. Slowly, though, she began taking small steps towards reclaiming her life. She started journaling, walking outdoors, cooking simple meals for herself. Each tiny act became a lifeline, a thread reconnecting her to the possibility of hope. Maya joined a support group for women who had faced betrayal and heartbreak. Listening to their stories, sharing her own, and witnessing their courage, she realized she was not alone. Pain, she discovered, could teach profound lessons. She learned to trust herself, to establish boundaries, and to recognize that personal growth often emerges from suffering. Day by day, she practiced these lessons and began rebuilding her confidence. She also returned to passions she had abandoned: painting, writing, dancing. Each act of creativity became a reminder that happiness could be crafted from within, that it did not depend on another person's love or approval. Every brushstroke, every word written, every dance step restored a sense of agency and joy she had feared lost forever. Each small victory laid a brick in the foundation of the new Maya, stronger, wiser, and more self-assured. Then came a bold opportunity, a leadership position at work that she had always doubted she could attain. Her hands shook as she submitted her application. Days later, she received the call for an interview, followed by the job offer. It wasn't just a career achievement. It was proof that she could survive heartbreak, betrayal, and despair and emerge stronger than ever before. Maya's life slowly returned to color. She reconnected with friends, traveled, and embraced hobbies she had long neglected. Each small triumph reinforced her ability to trust herself. Confidence returned gradually, built not on others' approval, but on her own resilience. Every morning she awoke with purpose, hope, and belief in her own strength. Months later, she noticed a woman sitting alone in a cafe, her face shadowed with the weight of heartbreak. Maya felt an immediate connection. She approached the woman, sharing her story, offering comfort and encouragement. In reaching out to another person, Maya realized how far she had come. She had transformed from someone lost in despair into someone resilient, strong, and inspiring. Just as she had once been helped, she now had the power to guide others toward hope. Maya also found moments of quiet reflection. She remembered nights filled with tears, moments she felt she could not continue, times when she questioned her worth. And she realized those moments had been necessary. They were the fertile ground in which her resilience and strength grew. Heartbreak had forced her to confront herself, to face uncomfortable truths, and to reclaim her life. Pain had become a teacher, and her transformation a beacon of hope. Heartbreak and betrayal, no matter how devastating, are rarely the end. They can mark the beginning of profound personal growth. Pain teaches lessons, struggle builds resilience, and challenges illuminate the path to self-discovery. True confidence, self-love, and inner strength are forged not in ease, but in rising after falling. Loving yourself first, trusting your own heart, and reclaiming your life allow you to craft a future filled with purpose, courage, and happiness.
If this story touched your heart, comment and share it with someone who needs hope today.